What's up, guys? Your Kobe White here, and I'm back with another video, guys. And today, we're doing another movie review. We're talking about Logan. So, guys, Logan's the newest installment in the X-Men franchise. More specifically, the Wolverine franchise. And I gotta say, this movie's different. So, normally, when you go to a comic book movie, you expect a action-packed, explosion-filled movie. But this is not that at all. We kind of got this tone throughout the trailers, but many people wondered, was it just kind of like a thing in the trailers? We had some Johnny Cash music playing, and no, it definitely translated over to the movie. Because you know what? The movie was definitely a road trip film. So, guys, it felt cool having the old gang together. We had a full movie with Charles Xavier and Logan, and it was cool. It was definitely different. I really liked the way Logan was set up. The plot was really interesting. It was more of the simpler plot, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like full-blown, kind of like full apocalypse, full world scare kind of plot. But no, we didn't need that in this movie at all. Also, guys, the tone is very interesting in this movie because, you know what? You don't feel like you're watching, like, one of the other X movies. You feel like you're watching a different kind of indie movie at some points. At some points, yes, we have some big action movie Wolverine going, "Argh!" Yeah, we do. But, you know, those scenes are awesome, and they make us look more forward to those scenes. Unlike in other X-Men movies where you get constant X-Men battling. So, is this my favorite Wolverine movie? No. It's sadly, I can't say it is. It is my favorite Wolverine standalone movie. I do like the Wolverine, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. And I'll be doing a review on the all X-Men films later on. But I still gotta put Days of Future Past at top for me. Days of Future Past just culminated everything I love about all X-Men movies and superhero movies and just put it in one. And that's why it's like my second or third favorite superhero movie of all time. But Logan's a really good one. Let's just talk about all the characters. Professor X giving a great performance by Patrick Stewart, just different than most of his other performances that we've seen him in. He's not just the brains and the leader of the X-Men, like not obviously on the field, but he doesn't have his powers the way he used to. And during the movie, he has some issue. Not trying to spoil it, but there will be spoilers later in this video. But he's going on. He has issues that he has to control, and it's like a broken down. And there's scenes where he doesn't even know like what's going on, really. And it felt kind of sad to see his character at this point, because we've seen him in the past played by James McAvoy and Patrick Stewart, but for 17 years, so it was kind of cool. Also, Hugh Jackman gives a great performance as Logan, possibly his best, because he was so different and original, and, you know, I really liked it. It was different, because this movie did something that no other comic book movie no other comic book movie besides Deadpool did, and that was effectively use an R-rated film in, like, the current films. Obviously, we've had, like, is Watchmen R? It might be, but Blade and stuff like that, but those are older movies, and I'm more talking about the newer kind of, like, in the superhero genre of films that we have today, it used R perfectly. We got to see Hugh Jackman really go into Logan's depth of language with dropping tons of, like, F-bombs and everything all over the place and everything. So it was really awesome to see an R-rated movie. And for the first time, we actually saw blood in like an X-Men movie. So in X-Men Apocalypse was the closest we got to it, where we saw some blood splatter. But in freaking Logan, we actually saw his claws go through people's faces. Like, literally, his claw actually went through some guy's neck and came out the top. Yeah, that actually happened in a Wolverine movie. And it was awesome, guys. The action and the way they performed everything, the stunts were really cool, but it was grounded. We didn't have Logan, like, jumping off a building or anything. There was a couple of scenes towards the later part of the movie where Logan's running, and we got probably maybe a stunt double, but, you know, it was still awesome. And another character that I enjoyed was the Kid X-23 Laura's character. She was played by Daphne Keane, and she was pretty good. She didn't really talk for the first half of the movie, so it was like, I don't know, but by the end of the movie, she kind of won me over. I really liked her connection to Wolverine, and yeah, I'll talk about more in the spoiler section of this video. So, guys, Wolverine is like a different character, in my opinion, and so we got a different villain. And in this movie, we got more of a grounded villain. Our villain is Pierce, played by Boyd Holbrook. And you know what? He's a pretty interesting villain because he's not the guy just trying to take over the world. He's working. He just wants Daphne Keene's character. He just wants Laura's or X-23's character because she's what do you say? He's R&D, research and development gone wrong. And we learned throughout the film about her backstory and her connection to Wolverine and Pierce's character. And we learned that he's a Reaver, which are people from the comics. And he has like a metal arm or something like that. That makes him be able to possibly compete if he ever would fight Logan. And yes, that's basically his character. But it was different. He wasn't like a bad person. Was he a bad person? Yeah, he was a bad person. But he wasn't like your typical, I want to take over the world villain. But you know, it was cool to see like the way they went into that. I really liked the plot. It was simple. We got to see new characters. We got to see Caliban, played by different actor Stephen Merchant, who definitely took a more comedic role to his character, which was interesting. But he wasn't really in it that much. And when he did, he was kind of like just there. But his character was fine to me. I enjoyed him. Some funny lines and everything. So yeah, I liked his character. And it was really grounded, and I like how they actually had X-Men comics in the movie. I know we saw this in the trailer, and I think I talked about it. But, you know, I don't know if I did or not. I don't think I did a review on the second trailer, but yeah, we had the X-Men comics, and I like how Wolverine kind of uses, like, the real-world scenario where some of the stuff happened, but not like that. They didn't wear their costumes or anything like that, or at least we don't think they did, so it was interesting, and yeah. So I really like the way Logan explained how the ground, like, how close to the ground it was. So now let's get into something I'm a little in the middle of. At the end of the movie, they kind of introduce a couple of new, like, kid mutants, where I'm like, are we going to get a New Mutants movie with this? Because apparently there's a movie in the works, like, about New Mutants, and if it's these kids, I'm like, alright. But, you know what? I'm not really going to talk about that. I'll talk about that a little more in the end of the video. But let's get into a couple negatives. At some points in the movie, the pacing was a little slow. Now, when you go to see an X-Men movie, you expect a lot of action, and I didn't expect a lot of action going into this movie. Honestly, I was, like, fine with the amount of action we got, and I was actually surprised we got that much action. But there was a couple not dull. I liked the movie, and I didn't think it had that much flaws, but there was a couple like parts in the movie where the pacing was really slow, and it was good, but it also was a little slower to the fact where, like, am I watching an X-Men movie or am I watching like a coming of age movie? But it was still cool. And also a villain, like the main doctor research lab villain, he was just in there to be honest. Didn't really do much to the story, but he had a connection to Wolverine, and that was really it. Not a big connection. Like, he didn't even know him. Wolverine doesn't know him. Apparently his dad knew Wolverine back from the Weapon X days. So yeah, that was basically his character. And a couple of unexplained things about Logan. Like, he was fine 10 years ago, but now he looks like he's like 400 years older than he was in our X-Men movies, which he's not. Why is he not healing? I know he's older, but 10 years ago, or like 15 years ago, he was literally tearing it up in the Wolverine. Does it have anything to do with the changed timeline and possibly his past? It could be, and we probably won't figure that out, but because this is Hugh Jackman's farewell film in the X-Men franchise. But yes, and a couple of other things. Apparently, he was the antimantium was poisoning him, which we didn't really know, but they just said it, and I think it really mattered or not. But yeah. Alright, guys, so I'm going into spoilers right here, guys. I'm going to go into spoilers part of this video. Yeah, guys, so if you did not see Logan, which you probably already did, get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and my review of Logan, but let's jump right into the spoilers, guys. So, yeah, I'll give you like 5 seconds. Yeah, Wolverine was a great movie, and then Logan was a great movie, and I really liked the directing by James Mangold. Thought he did really, really good. I liked the Wolverine, but I think Mangold's better. I think the better movie is Logan. But, you know, let's just jump right into spoilers. They took Logan away from us, and then they took Professor X away from us. So at about like 3/4 away into the movie, about the end of the second act, we actually get to see X-24, who I don't think is a comic book character, but is a clone of Logan, and actually kills Professor X. But it leads us to an awesome scene where X-24 is battling Logan, and it was actually freaking awesome. And that's my favorite scene in the movie by far. The ending was really good, but I really liked the fight in the front lawn. Also, guys, we got a bunch of spoilers in the fact that she's revealed to be X-23, Laura's character, and also she's going to be part of the New Mutants, so I assume we're going to see more of her character and everything. But I just basically want to talk about the death of Wolverine, the final action scene. So the final action scene, we basically see Logan take the serum that makes him regen like he used to. He takes about a bunch of these guys, and then basically it runs out, but now he has to fight X-24, or his younger clone, like the X-Men, the Wolverine that we're used to, or like, let's just say the Wolverine from the Wolverine. So basically, he's not good enough. You can't beat him. He's not regenerating. So it's basically him versus him. He's losing, and X-24 actually kills him, and then X-24 dies when Laura shoots an adamantium bullet at him, and we know what happens when that happens if you guys watch X-Men Origins Wolverine, which is nowhere near as good as Logan. But basically, Logan dies, and it was emotional. I personally didn't find it as emotional as some other people, and I know I've watched videos where people are like, this is the saddest moment in movie history. Not in my opinion, but no, there was some feels there. There was some feels, and it was kind of sad to see Hugh Jackman go. He's been playing the character so long and so well. So I don't care what you say about, like, he was great in X-Men 1 and 2. I think everybody can agree. And I don't care, guys, what you say about X-Men Origins or X-Men The Last Stand. They weren't the best movies, but Hugh Jackman's performances were really good in those. Like, the best part of X-Men Origins Wolverine, besides that opening credit war scene, was Hugh Jackman's performance as Wolverine. He's been good in all the movies. But, yeah, guys, so, overall, this was a really different comic book movie, one that we're not used to, but it was interesting. And in an age where we're getting so many comic books movies just this year, we're getting like Spider-Man, a new take on Spider-Man, a Guardians movie, another Thor movie, a Justice League movie, so many comic book movies. It was nice to see a little break from the normal big budget action movie and see more of a lower budget, not a low budget, but like a lower budget road trip mixed with a bunch of awesome action and everything. But yeah, it was honestly a really cool ride to see these characters go on. And I'm gonna give Logan an 8 out of 10. It was a really good movie. Not my personal favorite X-Men movie, but still a really good one. And I recommend, guys, if you did not see this movie, to go see it. And if you saw the movie, leave what you thought about the movie in the comment section. So, guys, if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.